Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Recovering after being shot by a Milwaukee police officer on the city's south side, authorities say the officer made a traffic stop Wednesday near 12th and Greenfield when a 21-year-old man exited his vehicle and fled on foot. Officials say during the chase, the suspect dropped a gun and tried to grab it. That's when the officer fired his gun at the suspect. Police say the 21-year-old man was taken to the hospital but is expected to survive. No other injuries were reported. The 26-year-old Milwaukee police officer with over 6 years of service is on administrative leave. Microsoft plans to invest an additional $4 billion to build a second data center in Mount Pleasant. The company plans to use the facility as a distributed training supercomputer for artificial intelligence services. This brings Microsoft's total investment to Racine County to over $7 billion. Microsoft officially purchased 315 acres of land in Mount Pleasant in June of 2023. The first artificial intelligence data center is on track for completion in early 2026. The unemployment rate is holding steady last month in Wisconsin at 3.1%, staying below the national unemployment rate of 4.3%. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows the state's labor force decreased by 7,100 over the month, and the number of people employed also went down by 6,000. Job sectors that saw the biggest gains were healthcare, leisure and hospitality, and administration support. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I can't hear a word you're saying, so because my headphones say I gotta say that. Okay, what you say? Yeah. So this is weird. So I be sending email all day, and I have stuff on my computer, and I send it. Oh, so email has been down all day. Hey, y'all, thanks for letting me know. There's no way anybody could have let me know because they would have sent me an email.
They did.
They sent me an email telling me email was down. Oh, okay. that is hilarious. Hey, I guess it's just one more thing to pop off about today, huh? You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. This is Pop Off Friday. And from the looks of it, it is going to be a very full show today. There are a lot of things that are happening today. And
What's dude's name that killed Sade Robinson? I don't care. He is getting transferred out of state. One of the reasons he's getting transferred out of the state is because there are death threats against him based on what they believe. I'm sorry, what he was convicted of regarding Sade Robinson. So WISN.com just sent out a alert that the good old boy is, I probably shouldn't call him that. The good old boy is being sent out of state for his safety. I will hang on a second. I'm trying to cry. Okay, so I shed a tear for him. So that's that. So we've been hearing about everything that has to do with Mr. Kirk. And people have been talking and saying and screaming and all that. But I just want to share this article from theroot.com. I want to share what they call 15 reasons Jimmy Kimmel, who got canceled, his show got canceled indefinitely, taken off the air indefinitely. 15 reasons Jimmy Kimmel should be a cautionary tale for black folks post Charlie Kirk's death. And we've had a few people who sent texts, who said things that as a human being, I question because, like, no one should talk about another person after they die. But that's life. Hey, what's up, Quanda? What's up, SE? What's up, Reginald? Good afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. It's a little warm outside, but not as warm as I thought. The blower in my car went out. The fan blower went out. And so I have to get it fixed. And I got to get it fixed. So I was running air conditioning the other day when it was like 94. And it just went, phew, and I was like, really? I hope it was a fuse or something. But I got to get that checked. Now, the kicker is I got to get it checked before winter so it can blow heat. I don't really care about air conditioning. I'm not a big air conditioner guy. I can drive in the heat, and I'm fine. I can drive in Arizona heat with the window cracked or down because, you know, everybody in Arizona has air conditioning. I don't get it, but anyway. But here, I like to drive with the windows down. I like the air, stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Curly Q? And so I digress. I want to share with you 15 things you need to recognize regarding Jimmy Kimmel and post Charlie Kirk's death. Number one, lead with some empathy. Somebody put on X, black woman says she walked out of her church because they had empathy for Charlie Kirk's death. As a human being, it ought not matter. I go after people when they talk about Martin Luther King and his life and the rumors of him having been with women that were not his wife and all that stuff. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with the greatness that he did. So now that he's dead, yeah, lead with some empathy. Number two, think before you speak. Think about what you're about to say. Think about the fact that not everything needs a reaction. Don't be a blog hero. Don't be a keyboard warrior. Typing. And then you get drunk and say what you really think and end up losing a job. Be careful in your group chats. You know why? Because somebody in there might be offended. Somebody in there might think it can't. If you put it on your phone and put it in a group chat, all a person has to do is cut and paste it onto social media, and you're done. And it's to the point where they can attribute it to you, and you didn't say it, and you're still done. Look at what happened to that assistant principal of a school that they said somebody said something and they didn't even prove it. But anyway, be mindful of comment sections. Read them. Don't put your name in them. Keep risky opinions away from the workplace. What you think, how you feel. Keep it to yourself. It's unfortunate, but you do not have free speech at work. Steer clear of risky political crossfire. When you're in a group and everybody's talking about one group, shut up. Watch how people react. Only thing I can say is read the room, but never celebrate anybody's death, even if you're happy and even if you killed them. Don't celebrate their death. Because you need to remember, jobs have rules, and there's fine print. And you know, most people don't read those rules. And it's weird because you sign up for the job and then they give it to you after the fact. I would say, why don't you give me that before I sign up? I need to read your rules and procedures to figure out whether or not I want to work here. Because you might have some rules and procedures that are draconian. Think ahead. Be in control of yourself. Be in control of your emotions. Don't be careless. Because in the end, they can give you some words that you may not want to hear, that you may not want to think about. By the way, it's Pop Off Friday. 833-212-1017 is the number. Anything giving you trouble, anything bothering you, anything on your mind that you just got to talk about. Well, guess what? I got a show full of it. Because you better be careful, because if you're not, you know what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you that Donald Trump words, those Donald Trump words he used to say. You're fired.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Truth Nation, it's your girl DT from The Truth Unfiltered with DT and Dr. Ken Harris. Now listen, at a critical time, through the Empowerment Small Business Loan Program, Old National Bank provided the resources I needed to sustain my business. Now the process had its challenges, but I was supported, and it was also an invaluable learning experience for future ventures. I am so grateful for the support that helped my business thrive. Old National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to approval.
Friday Night Lights now officially lives here. 1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in Friday night as the Hilltoppers travel to take on the Economawalk Raccoons. Join our coverage starting at 6:30 p.m., leading up to kickoff at 7 p.m. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.G. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Burkhart Sporting Goods.
Celebrate the reigning queens of disco with Disco Divas, running at the Bradley Symphony Center September 26th through the 28th. Principal Pops conductor Byron Stripling will lead the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra and an all-star trio of vocalists in all of your favorite hits from the disco era. Think Donna Summer, Patti LaBelle, Diana Ross, and Chaka Khan, as well as the Bee Gees, Earth, Wind & Fire, and even Michael Jackson. Those silky high strings and thumping bass lines will never sound better as you dance and sing along in your seat to tunes like I Will Survive, We Are Family, I'm Coming Out, and more. So what are you waiting for? Get those sequins out of storage and call the box office now at 414-291-7605 for Disco Divas or visit mso.org.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number.
Wisconsin to Indiana, the state where the suspect walked out of jail just 1 week before police say he caused a deadly crash here in Milwaukee. The case he was in custody for in Indiana also contained a police chase.
Only the family of the innocent victims know their true pain. Theirs is a loss measured in part with every fallen tear and each embrace.
I'm so sorry for your loss, ma'am.
The sentiment shared here.
I'm angry. We're angry, but at the same time, like, there's really nothing we can do.
Only made worse knowing a crime opened this wound. A crime that should not have happened. September 16th, just after 9:30 that night, a white Dodge Journey runs the light at 35th and Vliet and slams into the passenger side of a car which had the light. An innocent mother, her 2 sons, all died on the way home from soccer. The Dodge that hit them, stolen, records show, out of Elkhart, Indiana, some 200 miles away. It's the same city where the suspected driver, Trayvon Lawson, had just been arrested August 24th. In that case, according to the records, Lawson was driving a vehicle stolen from Milwaukee. And in that case, an officer writes Lawson led police on a chase before dumping the vehicle. Police tracked him down and booked him into the Elkhart County Jail. The court gave him a $5,000 bond with the condition he not have any new arrests or commit any new crimes. And unlike Wisconsin, only 10% is needed to make bail. $500 got him out September 9th, the records show. That's just 1 week before he's accused of causing the deadly crash in Milwaukee.
And Trayvon Lawson is in custody here in Milwaukee. He has not been formally charged in Tuesday's deadly crash. Records show, though, in that chase and the Indiana chase, police say they found a gun with an extended magazine in both vehicles. Those 2 guns, Blake, are now off the street as well.
And that's WISN.com. 12 News investigates Derrick Rose, the anchor. So, what are we doing where we let people out of jail right after they commit a crime? Which granted, he has a right. But if you've got something in another jurisdiction now, he should not be given bail this time around. He should not be given anything this time around. So then, what does the city have to say about it? I wonder. I wonder. Like we've put so many things together and so many idiotic. What do you call them? Groups and panels and task forces and all that crap. But in the end, what do we get? In the end, what exactly do we get? We get nothing. So now they want to look at we want to look at the crash policy. How is it the policy when the people are the ones doing the driving? So you're going to stop the police from stopping people from doing, well, here's what the mayor said.
recent police chases
It's from CBS 58
or deadly. Many are
they talk about
in how police respond to these.
The mayor says solutions won't happen overnight.
Any collateral damage. Today, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson talked about the issue, noting that the solution isn't something that can happen overnight.
It's important for us to understand that a policy change in the city of Milwaukee does not change policy in our surrounding jurisdictions, and pursuits will still happen. They will still occur. They will still enter into the city of Milwaukee.
Mayor Johnson says that the city continues to take all kinds of options and opinions into account as they are addressing this ongoing issue. One solution that has prevented previously is programming stoplights to make sure that drivers stay away from the path of ongoing chase. But DPW says that the technology isn't where it needs to be in order to make that happen.
How about we just teach people not to drive like fools? Is that something we can do? What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Can we teach people, young men and women, boys and girls, not to drive like fools? I would like to think so, but I don't think so. I would like to say to myself, hey, we can teach kids, but we can't. I don't understand it. For the life of me, I just don't get it. I was driving today, and there was a young lady driving behind, and she's all on the bumper of the person that's next to me in the next lane, and then that person turned, and she went straight, and then she couldn't get through the parked car, so she had to wait till traffic passed, and then she got behind me, and then she was just, if I had tapped my brakes, she would have hit me. Why? Like, for what reason are you even driving that fast? What is going on in your life? Do you got to use the bathroom? I mean, what is going on that bad that you literally need to drive 60 miles an hour in a 25 or 30 mile an hour zone? I just don't get it. I do not understand. Dimitri say, Dr. Ken, how are you doing? I went out and bought The Whiteness of Wealth by Dorothy Brown, wonderful book on the black and white wealth gap along with taxation and the history of income tax. And he says, since it's Pop-Off Friday, I'll say this, I absolutely hate the term toxic masculinity. How does anybody else feel about that term? I think it's stupid. I think it's people's way to diminish men in society, to bash men in society. The one thing that men like, the one thing that that women, I believe, and it's only me, love about men is their masculinity. Yeah, but it can be toxic. In what way? So when you argue, when men argue with women, they get upset. Don't argue. But when men argue for women, they love it. Like, it's just, yeah. Can't have it both ways. Cannot have it both ways. Let me see. Talking Text Line says, Curly Q said, I was driving west on Center Street one day and I could hear someone coming up behind me speeding. Sounded like a mosquito. They had to be doing 80 easily. And then Babar said, I deal with that kind of driving on Fond du Lac at 8 o'clock in the morning, driving 60 and forward. I don't get it. LaRon said he's on his way to see Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and Sheryl Crow at Alpine on this beautiful evening. I heard the Willie Nelson concert wasn't all that. That's what I heard. Rumor has it the Willie Nelson concert was like, so-so. But I'm not into gospel music. Ugh, I love gospel. I'm not into country music, country and western. What other, is there a pop country? I don't know. I just don't do country. Like, the one thing that would turn me off is if Beyonce went to do country. Like, absolutely not. Like, no. Can't do it. country music is like, in the immortal words of Tory Lowe, it's trash. Now, some of the young ladies that sing country music, they're beautiful. Like Miss Guyton and Beyonce. She's pretty hot too, but I can't do the music. I can't. One, it's depressing. Country music is just depressing. Lost girlfriends, lost boyfriends, poverty, always hurt, crying, whining. It's just like, who wants to listen to that all day? You realize how many people like country music and it's like whiner music? And we wonder why men. You want a man to not be toxic? Play him country music. And he won't be. He'll be a punk and a wimp in no time. Crying and whining. Crying and whining. It's just, I don't get it. But since it's Pop-Off Friday, you get to do that too. 833-212-1017 is the number. Today's weather, my computer will hurry up. All right. Tonight, the low is 64. They're expecting thunderstorms. Some may contain local heavy rain, especially this evening. Winds are from the east at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And the chance of rain was 50%. Now it's 70%. And as I was driving, the sky was looking kind of, like it really didn't want to conform to having a beautiful Friday evening in September. So we got what we got. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be right back. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
It's been a quiet ride so far this morning, just general delays. We got the westbound 894 from about 84th Street through the Hale interchange all the way up to National Avenue. Northbound 41 backing up from about Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. Eastbound 94, you're seeing delays from about 68th Street through the Stadium interchange to 35th. The westbound side is slow from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. 43 and 4394, both directions looking just fine. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, slight chance for a shower to the far west, a high of 74 at the lakefront, 78 inland. Tonight, showers and storms likely, mostly cloudy with a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love.
So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that, because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive on collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that, because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Green Bay Packers are 2-0 and will take on the Cleveland Browns at Hurlington Bank Field. That game begins at noon Sunday. Coach Matt LaFleur.
The thing that you cannot do is start to press and jump certain things, and the next thing you know, the ball's going by you. So I just want to make sure we're playing disciplined first and foremost, but still with that mentality and that mindset to attack the ball.
The Brewers complete the sweep against the LA Angels, winning 5-2 in their final matchup. The crew heads down to St. Louis for a 3-game stand against the Cardinals. The Brewers sit at 94-59 on the year. Badger football is getting ready for a Big Ten matchup against Maryland. That game begins at 11 a.m. at Camp Randall on Saturday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017. No, not that. Sound like he was trying to tell me something, but anyway. Hey, it's definitely Friday. So, Al, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. What you got?
Well, what I was going to say is I understand what Curly Q is talking about with the reckless drivers, but sometimes I be hoping they'll hit a semi-truck or their car just slip over and their eyes come out and their head
for everything they're even
decapitate.
thinking about Charlie Kirk and people dying. Did you just hear my open? Can't you say something positive about? Not even positive for the person. Just don't say nothing negative about people dying.
Oh, no, I'm not saying nothing about none dying. They're doing us a favor, because if they kill themselves, we don't have to worry about our insurance premiums going up.
Oh, come on, really?
You know that cemetery over there on 20th, between Tartaglia and 20th? Won't they could put the pedal to the metal and drink a whole fifth of black velvet and dumpster dive, front nose, clean it to the cemetery. That got open cars, open graves, and it's no aroma and no appointment necessary. And they can do us all a favor, and then Grandma can go get her groceries. Grandpa can drive his van. And they don't have to sit there and say, baseline is still stepping lane. You lean right into that gravestone. And if you got a family member in there, tell them scoot over and make room. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Like, what do you even say after that? See, the whole point of the 15 things that people need to think about before they end up like Jimmy Kimmel is, well, I guess not. If you're willing to live with the consequences, I guess It is what it is. LaRon said, country concerts and music are fun. Everyone is in a good mood and nobody gets shot, except that time in Vegas. Well, then you can't say nobody, now can you? Dimitri said, yes, this mumble rap is indeed ridiculous. If you want to listen to real rap, might want to listen to KRS-One. Woo! Public Enemy, X-Clan, Queen Latifah, Pearce from the West Coast, MC Light, just to name a few. However, Curly Q said that I do know people who've been racially attacked at those shows at Alpine Valley, although LT, you be careful. So yeah, Beeb, y'all be, I ain't never going to a country music show. It better be something I really want to go. Like, I don't understand why people, like, I know people, I have friends that actually get together as groups and go black and go to these country music things. Because, you know, out in Arizona, they had those big, huge, wide, open door. The sun is beating down, and everybody's there dressed in their cowboy boots and hats and all that. And they go all day. And I'm like, and it's like a 2-day thing. I'm like, why? Why would you possibly go? Like country music. Country music and mumble rap are the two types of music I'm never going to listen to. And I was getting my hair cut, what little I have. And the barber had a DJ from Canada that was playing tunes, and it was all like mumble rap. And I'm going, I can't tell the difference between the song you played and the song you mixed in and the third song you went to. Like, so why would you listen to that? It's like listening to like a record at the end. And well, you have no, let me think, because y'all have no concept of playing LPs, you know, like regular records. It's like listening to a clothes dryer. It makes the same noise, and it goes round and round. And in the end, it might do something. It might not. It might dry your clothes. It might not. But in the meantime, you have this monotonous sound, this noise of going round and round and round. Okay, that's it. I feel the same way about country music. I mean, unless it's Mickey Guyton. If it's Mickey Guyton, I might hang around and, you know, kind of, you know, like, listen. I'm just saying. Beyonce, it bothers me when a person plays music. And yes, I'm all over the place because it's Pop Off Friday. And if you want to pop off, 833-212-1017 is the number. Al already hit us. You can too. I don't like people that change genres of music. If you play a certain type of music, play it. Who did Run DMC? Who did they had a song with? Aerosmith. Okay. But even that was like, hey, dude, pick one. Because it really sounded like rock. It really didn't sound like Run DMC. So what are we doing? What are we doing? One of my complaints today, and I don't know whether to go to it first. I think I'm going to go to the story I want to go to first, because toward the end of the show, one of my complaints is appropriation. And I guess it's too close to the break. No, it's not. It's my show. So black people have to appropriate white culture in order to work, get a job, survive in the world, the workplace, all those things, the social mores, living in America, following laws, rules, procedures. Should we stop other people from appropriating our culture? 833-212-1017 is the number. Should we stop other people from appropriating our culture? Now, I have no idea how to do that. I have no idea. They say it's a form of flattery. But News1.com has a story that begs to differ. MAGA rapper drops the N-word in a racist pro-lynching song. MAGA rapper Forgiato, Forgiato, Blow, released a new song that appears to promote lynching black people in response to the Charlie Kirk killing. He says in the movie, look, I'm not one of those old heads who think hip-hop is dead, but I know one white boy who's definitely trying to lynch it. Is that saying that I say the fact that MAGA rapper, whatever his first name is, Blow, a.k.a. Kurt Jans, is even a thing, proves white conservatives never really hated gangster rap. No, they never did. Their kids play it. And it's just their idea of a gangster as a Klan member doing a lowercase T-walk instead of the C-walk. They're fine with all the stuff about killing black men, though. It appears that Blow has responded to the slaying of his favorite white nationalist podcaster, and this is an opinion piece, by the way, Charlie Kirk, by teaming up with some country singer named J.J. Longhorn to produce a song about lynching black people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and listen to it. It's a track called Good and Evil, because I want to hear the context of it, or are they just pulling one little part of it out there and saying this is what it said? Because that's what we do. That's what human beings do. We only gear ourselves to the parts we don't like. But they might be right. Blow also makes it a point to rap, we don't judge by skin, we judge by soul, right before he starts rapping exclusively about cases where black men are accused of murdering white people while dropping the N-word with a hard R. So, I mean, cultural appropriation. We'll let Eminem get away with it. Yeah, but Eminem can. I mean, we let Eminem get away with it. So, what's this dude? I don't know. What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm trying to get over the phrase MAGA rapper. Like, those two don't even go together. That sounds kind of dumb. I'm just saying. Hey, want to remind you to stream and watch us on YouTube and at 1017thetruth.com. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a live minute of a show. Like 1017 The Truth, Truth in the Afternoon with me, Dr. Ken Harris. Hey, I'm talking to you about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting somebody out to their home, but when you see the experience and the professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo! God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Aww.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Even your pickiest eater will say yes to this. Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Perfect on their own with a favorite dipping sauce, or stacked in one of our 2 new subs. Classic crispy chicken or bold Buffalo Ranch crispy chicken. Made with quality chicken and served on our fresh baked bread. It's a mealtime win for kids and grown-ups. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Talk to these people in terms of how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. So I'm looking at some of the, it was, Dimitri, thank you. It was Walk This Way. Mumble rap is destroying a lot of people who are listening to it point blank. How? How's it doing it? LT said Beyonce's country is horrible. But they said Cardi B's. So do people recognize when they're doing and saying something because it's black? I wonder. I guess I should ask the question. 833-212-1017. Do you recognize when you say something or support something or do something, it's only because it's black? And that when white people do it, we call it racist? And that is a form of hypocrisy? Anybody get that? Because somebody just says, Beyonce's country is horrible. Yeah, it is. Somebody said boots and cowboy hats and Confederate flags. I said Beyonce sings country music. She doesn't have a Confederate flag. So that kind of goes against your argument, Dimitri. But anyway. Matthew said, here complaining about music. It ain't for you. It's not for you either. I guess Matthew wants to be heard about on the radio again. So he's trying to dust some stuff up and try to. Anyway, I'll just skip his name on the talking text from now on. I'll just skip that guy. Because that's the same person that made a statement on YouTube right now that if I attached, someone else did. There's so many quotes on here that if I read what the person said, they could potentially get blocked from YouTube. Because what they're saying shows that you have no empathy and no respect for human beings, regardless of who they are. What I'm seeing is that if they don't support what you say, believe what you believe, they're less than. Now, if I read that out loud, what do you think would happen? Dude, what? Anyway, I'm skipping all that. Let me see. NWA. Dude, we got to be able to play it on the radio. Okay? Oh, man. Kane Brown and Darius Rucker are incredible. If you're referring to my statement. Yeah, I was, but no. I just don't listen to the music. It's just not my thing. And I almost apologize for it, but I don't. because I don't like the music. I just don't like the music at all. It's like, it can come on a radio, I turn. I'm like, I've never ridden in a car with anybody that played country music. Like, if you like I had a partner on the police department. We were in a car, and usually the person that drives the car and brings a radio gets to play what they want to play. I listen to talk radio. I've been listening to it all day. 24 hours a day almost. They put on some country music. I said, hold up. No disrespect, but if I'm going to be in this car, I am not listening to country music. I will go back to the district and call in sick and go home sick if I got to listen to country music. Absolutely not. I got to draw a line somewhere. I don't want to be depressed by the time I go home. Ann said music is so subjective. Yes. And if it's subjective and it's my subject, it's up to me. She said, to each his own. So, and stop being passive aggressive. Say what you're going to say. Hey, it's Pop Off Friday. That's what I'm saying. SC said, Dr. Ken, did you ever share what the be quiet means at the end of your show? I remember Curly wanted to know as well. Did I miss the meaning? Yeah, you did. I don't tell it.
Be quiet.
I don't tell who it is, and I don't tell why it is. It just is what it is. Dimitri, we cannot play anything by Public Enemy unless I find it with lyrics there's no profanity. I'll get like maybe not true. Sure, there's a clean version, but to hear the song, come on. Are you serious? Are you actually serious? There is no real way you can listen to Fight the Power without hearing, like, that's sacrilege. That is sacrilege. Like, you can't listen to Public Enemy without it being like what is it, the second or third verse?
Yet our best trained, best educated, best equipped, best prepared troops refuse to fight. Matter of fact, it's safe to say that they would rather switch than fight.
Now that's rap. This is rap. That other garbage y'all be trying to play. And you remember the movie? The movie is great. I'm just saying.
89, the number, another summer. Sound of the funky drummer. Music hitting your heart, cause I know you got soul. Hey, listen if you're missing, y'all. Swinging while I'm singing. Hey, giving what you're getting. Knowing what I knowin'. While the black band's sweating in the rhythm.
Anyway, 833-212-1017 is the number. They don't make music like that anymore. And say use your sick leave then. That was when I was on the job. Quit it, Ann. You used to be so nice to me, Ann. Now you're so mean. See how she holler at me and stuff? See how she... What's up, Avery? How are you? Good. Anyway, PE was the first concert I attended and Digital Underground was there. Yeah, buddy. Demetri said that's what I'm talking about. See? Y'all don't know no music. Y'all know that nonsense y'all call music. That trash. And some of the music out today is phenomenal. It's great. And then some of it's just trash. And again, we go back to this thing that, oh, it's a black person, so we got to support it. No, you don't. No, it's trash. You don't support trash. Well, yeah, man. Guess some of y'all support trash. So I'm just saying. Some of y'all support trash, I guess. But I just have an issue with people that appropriate our culture and use it in a negative way. When we appropriate their culture, we have to do it the way they want us to. And I mean white culture. And I don't really care if anybody else listens to rap. Like, I don't. Bottom line is that I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, I believe we need to be more controlling of our culture. We need to be more controlling. There's some things that you cannot do. Now, I need y'all to get over this part. Hair doesn't count. Hair doesn't count. If you could buy it yourself, it doesn't count. So if you could buy some hair, that's fine. Cornrows, you can't claim that. You can't claim dreads. You can't claim, so let's that's fine. But the way we talk, the way we act, the way we walk, the way we sing, don't appropriate that. Do not appropriate it. Don't take it. Because then I'm going to get mad. It's just at a point where we need to stop people from taking what's ours. And we need to speak up. Hey, what's up, DT? We need to speak up and tell people, let my culture go. I know that was kind of silly and kind of, but we need to start speaking up and telling people don't do that. You're not black. You don't get to do that. Just like you tell us we not white and we can't move in your suburb. Top 5 at 5 up next.
Hey, Truth fam. This is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Do I dare even answer this man's call?
Sure. Are you there?
I ain't even answered the damn call yet, man. Bob, keep this on. Bob, listen to me. Keep this on the subject matter, and if you can, we can't take your call, man. You distracted.
Okay, now look. Since you don't listen to Linda about getting married, at least take that thing around your neck to push when something happens.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Dear employer,
My name is Phil Martin.
my name is Michael Roskovich. Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Dizer. I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum, I possess a unique set of skills
That sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data, to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectation.
help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
Will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
Being a caregiver for a family member can be very rewarding. It can be very challenging, too. Besides taking a physical and emotional toll, it can also take a real financial toll, especially if you're paying for home safety upgrades, covering medical expenses, cutting back on hours at your job, or having to leave your job altogether. In some states and in certain situations, you may be eligible to get paid for the care you provide. But finding reliable information about caregiver compensation can be overwhelming and very time-consuming. The AARP Foundation Paid for Care Hub can help. It's a free online tool developed with support from United Healthcare, where you can search compensation programs, explore your options, and get answers to frequently asked questions. Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Recovering after being shot by a Milwaukee police officer on the city's south side, authorities say the officer made a traffic stop Wednesday near 12th and Greenfield when a 21-year-old man exited his vehicle and fled on foot. Officials say during the chase, the suspect dropped a gun and tried to grab it. That's when the officer fired his gun at the suspect. Police say the 21-year-old man was taken to the hospital but is expected to survive. No other injuries were reported. The 26-year-old Milwaukee police officer with over 6 years of service is on administrative leave. Microsoft plans to invest an additional $4 billion to build a second data center in Mount Pleasant. The company plans to use the facility as a distributed training supercomputer for artificial intelligence services. This brings Microsoft's total investment to Racine County to over $7 billion. Microsoft officially purchased 315 acres of land in Mount Pleasant in June of 2023. The first artificial intelligence data center is on track for completion in early 2026. The unemployment rate is holding steady last month in Wisconsin at 3.1%, staying below the national unemployment rate of 4.3%. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows the state's labor force decreased by 7,100 over the month, and the number of people employed also went down by 6,000. Job sectors that saw the biggest gains were healthcare, leisure and hospitality, and administration support. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number.
Number 5.
It's kind of a sports weekend this weekend, and we're going to see whether or not two teams No, I'm not saying this anymore. Two teams that I watch. I'm just saying. I watch them. One's the Packers, but the other one is school my daughter used to go to, Wisconsin. Now, I got to say, Badger football wasn't looking too pretty last week.
It was Alabama, though.
So, did Alabama get punked the week before? Didn't they lose the week before? So,
no, they played Louisiana Monroe.
Is that the team they smoked?
No, they got punked by Florida State in their opener.
Okay, Florida. So come on now. Come on now.
It's a bad loss because it's Alabama.
You say no, it's the SEC. They need to break up that whole. They have just taken control of. We have taken control of NCAA sport, except basketball. Can't nobody in the South play basketball. Have we had a team from the South that has won NCAA basketball, like March Madness?
Florida, if you count it.
No, I don't count Florida. That was an anomaly. Like we don't have this slew of teams coming from the South at all when it comes to basketball. Football. Football seems like the South, the northwestern part of the country and the South. Like Oregon used to be a team, and then I think they graduated and they just kind of went. So predictions, Wisconsin and Maryland. You think? They're saying Wisconsin 24, Maryland 13, and Wisconsin 27, Maryland 13. I don't know. Maryland is a far cry from Alabama. That is true. They're not even in the top half of the Big Ten. And it's a team they should beat. And the last time we said they should beat. They don't. Wisconsin reminds me of the Chicago Bears. Teams that they shouldn't beat, they beat, and then beat the crap out of them. And then the team that they could walk over because the team plays like a high school football team, Bears lose to them.
Well, no, they play up to their competition. I think that's kind of the thing. Like, ever since we saw the Big Ten expand, you now have to play Ohio State. You now have to play Oregon. You now have to play Penn State. So they don't get a break. They're not necessarily walking into easy games later in the year. So
welcome to the big leagues. Hey, they're getting paid, right? They got the NIL. You're a professional now. So you got to rock it. I think. I mean, it's just me. But I think you might have to step up and get some things done. And I don't think anybody really deals with that. So the Packers, our good friends, the Packers, they got to go to the Browns. You think they'll beat the Browns? I would hope so. I'm just saying.
I don't see why this game should be over at halftime. I think the Browns don't have any optimism. They still have a tricky quarterback situation because Joe Flacco is nearing the end, and they don't have a younger guy that's ready to step up. They don't have a lot of weapons. They don't have a great running game. The Browns don't really have anything that would overwhelm the Packers, at least from what they've seen in the first couple of weeks of the season.
Say how you really feel. Gee.
They ain't good.
No, they're not. And I expect the Packers to win handily. They should put up at least 32 points. Easy. Nope. I'll give them 35. I'll give them 35.
I like that number.
Watch them lose. We'll be like, what are you, stupid? I'm like, dude, they played the Browns. The Browns haven't had a good team, like, ever. Not to be confused with the Cincinnati Bengals. They show streaks of brilliance and then just disappear off the face of the earth.
I don't think the Browns have made the playoffs since Baker Mayfield was their quarterback.
They haven't made the playoffs since Jim Brown played for them. So the Packers should win handily. Their schedule is not the best schedule this year. They got some pretty good powerhouses they got to play, and they might get a little knocked around. I dare not say, but out of 18 games, they might be maybe 13-5. Maybe. I mean, it'll be enough to go to the playoffs.
I think the Bengals game was a game that scared me, but I mean, with Joe Burrow being hurt now, I think that's a game that they can easily win. They played the Cowboys week 4. I think they're going to dominate the Cowboys as well.
Spank the Cowboys. But then Detroit is wounded. And you know how they play when they get wounded. They play like, hey, we have absolutely nothing to lose. So that's going to be a tough one. I think Chicago will be a tough one too.
Anything in the division is tough. I don't count out anyone else in the division.
There's a reason they call it the black and blue division. So, yeah. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Number 4.
This from CBS 58. A firefighter was injured when the roof of a vacant building collapsed during a fire near the corner of 38th and Wright. About 12:41 in the morning, that's when the call came in, for a blaze in a 2.5-story wood frame structure. Crews began their attack and confirmed the building was unoccupied. As conditions worsened, firefighters were ordered to retreat. The roof later collapsed, injuring one firefighter. Officials say the firefighter was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to recover.
Number 3.
From WISN 12, a Waukesha County judge has now signed off on the release plan for one of the women involved in the Slender Man stabbing. Megan Geyser is now released from a mental institution. That happened on September 17th. That's according to her attorney, Tony Cotton. At this time, it's unclear if she's already been released. They were supposed to release her. But according to court records, her placement plan is actually confidential. In a previous letter, Cotton said in a Sun Prairie facility, said a Sun Prairie facility that planned to receive her declined to take her because of the publicity surrounding the placement. He said in the meantime, she was staying at a Winnebago mental health institution despite a court order for her release in January. Geyser and Anissa Weir stabbed their classmate 19 times in 2014 in a plot to please the fictional character known as Slender Man. The classmate did survive. Geyser was 12 years old at the time. She's now 22. Judge formally signed off on Geyser's release July 31st, and she'll be on GPS monitoring once released. Interesting. So nobody will take her. Think about that. Nobody knows who she is. You don't have to tell anybody who she is, I guess. I mean, she's an adult, but nobody will take her. Interesting. Hey, by the way, did MPD drop the ball?
Number 2.
From JS Online, an expansion of the Milwaukee Police Department's criteria to include a missing person alert would not include the 3 homeless men who are still believed missing since historic floods swept through Milwaukee in August. The topic came up at the Fire and Police Commission meeting on September 18th, last night, where one commissioner asked why the men did not qualify for an alert. Since the August 9th floods, 2 men have been found drowned, and 3 more are said to be missing. All 5 men lived in the same encampment, tucked under the bridge at South Chase Avenue and South First along the KK River in Bayview. Relatives and homeless advocates have criticized local law enforcement and elected officials for not acting more urgently to locate the 3 missing men and find out how the other 2 drowned. At the commission meeting, Milwaukee Police Assistant Chief Craig Sarnow said the department is amending its standard operating procedure to add a new category to the department's missing persons alert called missing endangered. I don't know if that's going to really make it. Well, they said, just like an Amber Alert. Well, let me go back. The missing endangered alert is for situations where the missing person doesn't fit the criteria for other standard alerts, such as Amber Alert or critically missing, but is still in danger of imminent death or injury, but does not meet the criteria. Such an alert would prompt police to broadcast a description of the missing person and coordinate a search and a canvass. Commissioner Chrissy Fung asked if the change was in response to news reports of the missing men. Fung said, I understand that there were some members of the public that were perhaps fairly upset that MPD was declining to look for individuals that have potentially been swept away during the flooding. Sinai said the proposed change was based on national standards and nothing to do with the floods. Fung then asked if the men would qualify for a missing persons alert under the expanded criteria. In response, the chief of staff, Heather Howe, said that was unlikely because advocates did not have full names for some of the missing men. I don't know. I think you might still be able to make a missing. Here's the problem. There needs to be, and I'm going to give this one for free, so somebody call MPD and tell them, but you got to credit me with it. You need a criteria specifically for natural disasters. You do. You need one for natural disaster. If there's an earthquake, if there's a lightning strike, if there's a flood, if there's snow, if whatever it is, if it's an emergency, a natural disaster, then we need some type of mechanism just for that. And then that way, we'll at least have their name on a list that we know, and somebody can follow up on it. Okay? Not we, them. I keep saying we. 30 years of crap. But that's something we have to do that. So due to lack of identifying information, how do you say this person's missing? Who do you call? There's no home. There's no address. There's nothing. And so, I mean, it sounds bad, but I don't know.
Number 1.
This from Fox6now.com. I think people, and Rhea talked about it in her newscast, I think people don't understand, like, if you have a gun, police shoot back. A 17-year-old boy was arrested in Milwaukee yesterday after discharging a firearm at officers who were responding, get this, to an animal bite complaint. This is what people don't understand about law enforcement sometimes. Just because I get sent to a call doesn't mean that's the call. This whole mental health thing people keep talking about, you got sent to such and such and such and such. How did it escalate? Just because that's what they got sent to doesn't mean it's going to end up being that. You get sent to a loud music. You have a simple traffic stop where somebody could end up shot and killed, and it could be the officer. Officers were called out to the area of Holton Chambers around 8 a.m. for an animal bite complaint. When officers arrived on the scene, they made contact with an occupant through the door. Police say the individual discharged the weapon through the door towards officers. The officers took cover. The suspect eventually exited the residence and was arrested. No one was struck by gunfire. Then they went in the house. What do you think they found in the house? 34 animals. Dogs, cats, turtles, and ferrets. Anything remotely. Let me look up a picture, because I think I know what a ferret is, but I got to tell you, that's a white animal. That's not a black animal. Like, I don't know. Like, look, yep, it looks like a raccoon. Like, black people don't have, like, what is that? Dude should have been arrested just for having a ferret. You want to have 25 turtles, 167 cats, and 80 dogs, that's fine. But you had a ferret. You should have been arrested. A ferret? You know what a ferret looks like? A raccoon. What's wrong with you? With a big tail. Gross. Now, squirrels used to be nice to me. Not as in acted nice towards me, but squirrels used to be cool until I found out they were in a rodent family. And so a squirrel is just a rat with a furry tail. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're not doing that. 17-year-old was arrested. Criminal charges will be referred. But see, the story didn't tell nothing about the dogs, though, and the cats, and the turtles. Who keeps turtles? You got a turtle in your house? Have you ever had a turtle? I'm sorry, have you ever had any pets? I should probably ask that.
I had a parakeet.
Let me guess, it died? Or did it fly
No,
away?
my dad couldn't stand it, so we got rid of it. His name was Bluey.
Yeah, okay. I have been traumatized by parakeets.
Did you get attacked by one, or?
No. First of all, I've had 3 parakeets. Growing up with my mother, my 2 sisters, older sisters. We had parakeets. 2 of them died. Like, have you ever woke up in the morning and you go to feed your parakeet and find out it's stiff as a board with the leg up? So what did it do? Die while it was sitting on a little perch, fell over, and the legs are sticking up? So I had that picture in my head twice. We got a 3rd one, and finally we felt that there's something in this environment that's killing him. So we need to let him go. So we went outside and we opened up the cage, and the parakeet flew out. And some big bird flew by and went, and he disappeared. And I think he ate him. And I was like, okay, I'm done with parakeets. I'm never. And I was like, dude, did he just eat him? And I think my mother tried to, they just took it. He just wanted to take it and take it to a nest. Come on. I'm old enough to know that bird ate that parakeet. That bird looked down and said, look, Ma. Lunch.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
Be careful of the decisions that you make and the company that you keep, because that is going to determine a certain consequence. So you don't have to wait to go to prison, or you don't have to wait to figure it out what the consequences may be. All you got to do is look at your decision making and who you allow in your space. If they making wild decisions, wild things gonna happen. But you don't get to choose what wild things are gonna happen.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
You know, it's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
Friday Night Lights now officially lives here. 1017 The Truth is the proud home of Marquette Hilltoppers football. Tune in Friday night as the Hilltoppers travel to take on the Economawalk Raccoons. Join our coverage starting at 6:30 p.m., leading up to kickoff at 7 p.m. Marquette Hilltoppers football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.G. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, and Burghardt Sporting Goods.
We are the American Cancer Society, making strides against breast cancer. We are nearly 1 million strong and growing stronger every day. Join us on Saturday, October 11th at 8 a.m. at Summerfest Southgate as we come together for the Making Strides of Milwaukee Walk. Whether you walk for a survivor, in the memory of a loved one, or to support the American Cancer Society, you bring us closer to a future free from breast cancer. Are you ready to join the #1 breast cancer movement in the country right here in Milwaukee? Sign up for free today at www.makingstrideswalk.org/Milwaukee WI.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We all look the same. Hey, with the lights off, lights off. In the pitch black, loving my baby. Here we go. Take it off of me, baby.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, on this nice, soon to be wet Friday evening. 833-212-1017 is the number. By the way, the Be Quiet is not DT. So let it go. I'm just saying. Everybody putting in the chat, oh, is this person, is that person? It's not. It's not. You know why? Because I would have had to pay her so much just to go, be quiet. I have to mortgage my house. Got to make sure she's taken care of. Thank you. What's so funny? Y'all got to tell me the joke now. Oh, that's how y'all going to treat me on a Friday? All right. Next Friday, I'm going to be popping off. It's always inappropriate. I didn't say I was going to repeat it. I just said, tell me. Right. Hey, I might be stupid. I'm not a fool. Okay? 833, I'm telling you, 83321. This day is going into the toilet. 72 degrees at 525. Partly cloudy. The low tonight is 64 degrees. Humidity is at 81%. Pressure dropping. You know what that means. There's a 70% chance of rain, and it's coming. What time is it supposed to rain, though? Let me double check. I'm trying to figure out when is it supposed to rain today, because I got stuff to do. I got places to go. I got peoples to see. 9 o'clock tonight. Let me see. 8 o'clock, there's a 15% chance, and by 9 o'clock, it's a 53% chance. So I say around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, it's going to hit. So you make sure. I'm looking at the radar right now, and it's north. It's actually west of us, but it's headed east in the easterly direction. So eventually, if you did not cut your grass, you won't be able to for a couple days. SC said, I thought the quiet was Michelle Obama. What? LaRon said, I thought it was Little Richard. Okay, you just silly. Y'all just being silly. Just. Terrible. 833-212-1017 is the number. Steve, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
Pretty good, Dr. Ken. How about you?
I'm great.
Yeah, you were talking about music. I just wanted your opinion on something. What do you think about white guys trying to sing the blues?
Some of them are phenomenal. So I have no problem with the blues.
I don't think so. They just don't have the, how can I say it? Like, Eric Clapton tries. There's a lot of guys that try, but nobody gets it like the raw Mississippi Delta blues.
True.
You know, Furry Lewis, Bucka White, those guys. Maybe John Mayall.
But that's more blues rock. You know, it's like a blues rock. The music, the guitar, the stuff like that. I wouldn't necessarily call that blues. That's just me.
No, neither would I. I think it's just white guys trying to sing the blues, but they just don't have the raw. How can I say the raw musicianship? You know, it's more refined. It's not.
I think you
like
can
Robert
just go.
Johnson type.
I think you just go ahead and say they're not black.
Yeah, I'll have to say that because I really don't have any favorite. I don't have any favorite white blues artists.
Well,
I can tolerate some of it.
What black guy do you know that can play rock other than Prince and Jimi Hendrix?
Let's see, Prince, Jimi Hendrix. Just guitar or bass?
Well, bottom line, rock
how about
is
Randy Jackson? Randy Jackson?
Absolutely not. No.
He played with Journey, and he did a hell of a job.
I'm talking about when I say Jimi Hendrix, you know he played rock. So when I say that, when I say him, I know he was with Journey, but he's not out front.
Yeah, that's true. But actually, Jimi Hendrix, his influence were blues.
Correct.
He kind of he could play that bluesy style.
That is true.
In fact, when he plays rock and roll, you can definitely see the blues influence when he plays rock and roll.
Good point.
But yeah, like you said, it's just, in my opinion, there's not any good white blues guys. It's just their technique seems too refined and too rock and rolling, you know.
Okay. Hey, Steve, I'll take your word for it.
You know, if you like good blues, Willie Dixon, his album "I Am the Blues," where he sings all the songs, not all, but a lot of the songs he wrote in the style that he meant it to be. You know, great album.
That is true. But then, you know, I met a lot of those guys in Chicago, and some of the music is just, I mean, there's no way around it. If you, what was the name of the Spike? What was the name of the movie about the
Chess Records?
Sinners? No, Sinners. If you watch the movie Sinners, it has some outstanding, excellent blues music in it, and a lot of the, well, I almost gave it away, and you have to see the movie to see the end of it, to see how important blues is to that particular movie. It's phenomenal. You should check it out.
Sinners, Sinners, you said?
Name of the movie is Sinners.
I'll check it out.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you much. Appreciate it. You too. Take care.
Take care.
You're going to lose your mind. Your soul says, baby, you must be strong, crazy. You're going to lose your mind.
Dealing with a new crash right now, 894 south at National Avenue. That's blocking the left lane. Backup stretching north through the zoo to about Highway 18. 94 eastbound from 84th Street through the stadium to where we have this crash on the right shoulder near 39th Street is going to be a touch slow, as is 43 north and south, anywhere between North Avenue and the high-rise bridge. And checking the storm team forecast, scattered storms tonight with a low of 63, clearing skies by your Saturday afternoon with highs in the mid to upper 70s. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Adam Roberts on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm, forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the oncoming coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
You ever notice how the phrase 9 to 5 sounds just so old school? That's because in 2025, the 9 to 5 is as outdated as a rotary phone. Let's be real. The world has changed, and the way we work has changed with it. The gig economy is booming. Folks are making money on their own terms, driving Ubers, delivering DoorDash, freelancing, and side hustling their way to the bag. And then there's the work-from-home revolution. People are clocking in from their kitchen tables, their favorite coffee shops, or even the beach. Laptops open, pajamas on, productivity up. The virtual office is now the new corner office, and the only commute is from the bed to the desk. Let's not forget about the digital nomads, those bold souls who turn the world into their workplace. They're sending emails from Bali, closing deals in Barcelona, and living life on their own schedule. No time clock, no cubicle, just Wi-Fi and a dream. And 21st century entrepreneurship, well, it's a whole new game. You can launch a business from your phone, build a brand on Instagram, and make more in a week than some folks do in a month without even punching a clock. So who's still working that old 9 to 5 job? People who are resistant to change or maybe just can't adapt. The future belongs to the flexible, the creative, the hustlers who know how to make technology work for them. The 9 to 5, well, that's a museum piece. The real action is happening outside the box, where freedom and opportunity are just a click away.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Green Bay Packers are 2-0 and will take on the Cleveland Browns at Hurlington Bank Field. That game begins at noon Sunday. Coach Matt LaFleur.
The thing that you cannot do is start to press and jump certain things, and the next thing you know, the ball's going by you. So I just want to make sure we're playing disciplined first and foremost, but still with that mentality and that mindset to attack the ball.
The Brewers complete the sweep against the LA Angels, winning 5-2 in their final matchup. The crew heads down to St. Louis for a 3-game stand against the Cardinals. The Brewers sit at 94-59 on the year. Badger football is getting ready for a Big Ten matchup against Maryland. That game begins at 11 a.m. at Camp Randall on Saturday. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams, member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
We do this in our sleep. You ever been in love before? I wanna holler at you, man. You know it's hard for a player to admit that sometimes. But I'ma spit that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, P, give it to me one time, this you.
There's something about this girl, man, from around my way. Ever try to hold back your feelings? Would've just wouldn't stay. But when I finally found the words to say,
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I guess I'm the breaking news guy. The guy that killed the 3 people at 35th and Valete has now been officially charged. A 19-year-old man now faces charges associated with a crash that killed 3 members of a single family on 35th and Valete on September 16th. The accused is Trayvon Loston, and he faces criminal counts of possession of a firearm by an adjudicated delinquent, bail jumping felony, and driving or operating auto without owner's consent. So according to the criminal complaint, Milwaukee police were on patrol near Sherman and Center On Tuesday the 16th, they spotted a white SUV with no plates driving at a high rate of speed eastbound on Center. The officers activated their lights and siren to conduct a traffic stop, but the driver of the vehicle did not stop. The complaint says instead the driver fled from the attempted traffic stop through a residential area at speeds of 70 to 80 miles an hour. The chase eventually came to a conclusion when the Dodge Journey went through a red light at 35th of Elite. The white SUV struck a car with 5 people inside. 3 of those people were killed. 2 others seriously hurt. So he is now charged. So officers spotted the defendant unconscious in the vehicle, gripping a black Taurus 9mm handgun in his right hand. The firearm had a laser attachment and an extended magazine. When the defendant was removed from the SUV, he had a key fob for the SUV in his pants pocket. Court filing said. Whew, it's unfortunate. 833-212-1017 is the number. Got some black facts for you today from blackfacts.com. I want to say congratulations to the members of Iota Phi Theta fraternity. Today is their Founders Day, so I have to say happy Founders Day to them. First issue of Emerge magazine went on sale this day in 1989. And Booker T. Washington in 1881 opened this school we now know as Tuskegee University in a humble small town of Tuskegee, Alabama called Tuskegee Institute. In 1956, the first International Conference of Black Writers and Artists met at the Sorbonne in Paris. Wish I could have went. What year? Oh, I'm sorry. Atlanta University was founded in 1865. I was about to say what year Atlanta was, but that's a little too soon. And Gordon Parks. You remember Gordon Parks? You have no idea who Gordon Parks is, do you? You know who Gordon Parks is? He is probably one of the most, I would call, prolific black filmmakers because not a lot of people know about him, but he made a lot of what we like to call black exploitation movies back in the 70s. So 1989, Gordon Parks' film The Learning Tree was registered in the National Film Registry. That's the Library of Congress. It joins such films as Casablanca, Gone with the Wind, and The Wizard of Oz. Only those films that are considered got to find the right word. Important, necessary for people to understand life and understand culture, understand America. Like, if you haven't seen Casablanca, if you haven't seen Gone with the Wind, if you haven't seen The Wizard of Oz, if you haven't seen The Learning Tree, these are movies that take you to a place where, especially Gone with the Wind. But Hattie Mae Daniels won an Academy Award, first black ever to win an Academy Award for Gone with the Wind. Best Supporting, I believe. These are films that are not necessarily great films, but films that artistically are great. That's just me. I'm just saying. Otis Redding was born in 1941. And a guy named Joe Morgan, former baseball player and is considered to be one of the greatest second basemen of all time, was born in 1943 on this day in Bonham, Texas, but grew up in Oakland, California, attended Castle Mountain High School, where he played baseball, established an excellent reputation for himself. His nickname was Little Joe because he was short in stature. How you short and play second base? Okay, that's kind of weird. He was 5'7", and after leaving high school, became an amateur free agent and was signed by the Houston Colts. The Houston Colt 45. That's right. So they went from being a gun to a horse. Because when you remember the Houston Colts, who are now what, the Indianapolis? Well, they used to be the Colt 45s, which is actually a gun. Anyway, he played with the Colts from 62 to 71. Start of his career, had some trouble adjusting. his elbow to the proper height, which affected his swing. But now, well, I guess when you're that short, you're already close to the strike zone. So I probably shouldn't say that being as tall as I am.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all is right. Truth Nation, now's your chance to be our one call, that's all 5K giveaway entry for the day. Yes, you can be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. Be caller number 5 right now at 833-212-1017, and you will be entered in to win the $5,000 giveaway with the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, that's caller number 5 at 833-212-1017. Remember, if you or a loved one has ever been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices. Be the entry for the day. 833-212-1017 is the number. You can visit them, Gruber, at gruber-law.com. That's gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Caller number 5 at 833-212-1017. That's the number.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
So let me ask you, when the government, and again, I'm doing the air quotes, tightens the belt, who's standing underneath the belt when it snaps back?
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
Don't want you to agree. Honestly, should I be transparent? I don't really care if you agree. I, like you, want to be heard.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Watching them work from idea to installation gives you the ability to see firsthand the care taken to ensure the Pella experience is complete. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Order by the end of the month and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 9/30/2025.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Interesting. From JS Online, raindrops from the previous night scattered across freshly installed solar panels at the Marsha Coggs Health and Human Services building here in Milwaukee, but the sun shone brightly as county officials walked through them on this morning. The solar panels are designed to withstand Wisconsin's elements from the pouring rain to stacking snow. Andrew Homston of Arch Solar said the company contracted to install the panels, said during a roof tour of the solar panels. 50 kilowatt solar panels were installed as a part of a recently completed $53 million relocation and redevelopment project funded by American Rescue Plan Act dollars, located at the King Park neighborhood in West Cherry. The building houses the county's Department of Health and Human Services and provides a new home for the community food center, Nourish MKE. So that's pretty cool. Solar panels. I need solar panels on my house so I can pay less. Like, if you have solar panels, do you pay less in electricity to We Energies? And if I have extra, can I sell that to We Energies to make some money? Anybody know? 833-212-1017. Can I do that? By the way, LaRon, congratulations. You were caller number 5. He's silly. LaRon, congratulations. LaRon said he was caller number 5, and when he wins, he's going to buy me the Taylor Swift box set. LaRon, you do that. I have a fire pit in my backyard. I'll be more than happy to put those things to use. More than happy. I even got a lighter. Curly Q, don't be shouting out to him. Don't be shouting out to him. Shout out to him because he won. Anyway. But yeah, congratulations. You know, every quarter we give away money. Every quarter we call somebody on the list. We start at the list. We pick a random boop and we call them. That's my rendition. I haven't read how they do it and all that, but they follow the rules. They got the rules online at 1017thetruth.com. We got contest rules. Got to do that. And we have it, and you play, and we pick. And they call you. If you don't call, they go to the next person. And that's what I don't understand about people. If you know you're going to win or you might win something, I have to tell hey, I got to answer the phone. You know whose show is during, right? You know when the person's coming. Whose show is it next? I don't know. Whoever it is, just listen. We're on from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Just listen every day, all day, and you'll find out. You'll either end up being a qualifier or you'll end up being the winner. We give away for a year, so it's not like, yeah, that's what I thought so. Tori's next, so you got to listen 3 hours a day to Tori, and then I'll be the next quarter. Listen 2 hours a day. That's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. And then we call you. You win $5,000. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if LaRon wins and buys me the Taylor Swift box set, I am going to personally take that Taylor Swift box set, put it in my fire pit in the backyard, and burn it to a crisp. I'm just saying. I'm just not a Taylor Swift guy. What do you call me? All right, I have a question because I got 3 producers in here now. Can a guy be a Swiftie? So is a Swiftie with a Y or a Swiftie with an I-E?
A-Y.
What'd he say?
I-E.
Whoa. Something wrong with him. Something is definitely wrong with him. Something is like, really? Men can't be Swifties. I refuse. Are you a Swiftie? So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, we got this whole off. I just got to roll out. It's Friday. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show is coming. I got to get in here and finish this conversation because somebody just said something that made me go, wait, what? And Yeah, we're going to do it. Hey, thank you, Mari, and thank all you guys. Steve, thanks for calling. We appreciate it. God bless. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Be quiet.
I'm out.